Imagine you are sitting by a dying fire. The air around you is so cold that it feels like solid glass in your lungs. Every breath you take crystallizes instantly, stabbing your throat with 1,000 tiny needles. You're holding a piece of meat in your hand. It is charred, stringy, and smells faintly of iron. Your stomach, which has been twisting and eating itself for weeks, screams at you to swallow it. But your brain is screaming something else. Your brain is screaming that this isn't just meat. You look down at the fire. You look at the snowdrift 5 feet away, where the bodies are stacked like firewood. And you realize the terrifying truth. To survive the night, you have to become a monster. Welcome to the Sierra Nevada mountains. The year is 1846. Most history books will tell you that the Donner Party was a tragedy about bad luck and bad weather. They will tell you it was a sad event. But that is a lie. This wasn't just sad. This was a biological nightmare. This was the moment where humanity was stripped away, layer by frozen layer, until only the animal remained. Today, I'm going to put you in the boots of Patrick Breen. I am going to show you why the cold isn't what kills you. It's the hunger. And I'm going to show you why the scariest thing in the woods isn't a wolf or a bear. It's you. Let's rewind. Before the snow, there was the heat. You are Patrick Breen. You are an Irish immigrant, a father, and a man with a dream. You have packed your entire life, your wife, your 7 children, and your wagons, to cross the continent to California. You want a paradise. Therefore, when a man named Lansford Hastings tells you about a shortcut that will save you 300 miles, you listen. You look at your exhausted children. You feel the sweat dripping down your back, stinging your sunburned neck. You think the shortcut is a blessing. But the shortcut is a trap. It isn't a road. It's a jagged scar across the face of the earth. You spend weeks hacking through thick brush that tears at your clothes and skin. Your oxen are dying of thirst in the salt deserts. The air tastes like dust and failure. Every day you lose on this shortcut is a day that winter gets closer. You can feel the season changing. The air, which was once hot and dry, starts to carry a metallic chill in the evenings. The hair on your arms stands up, not from fear, but from a drop in barometric pressure. The storm is coming. You finally reach the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains. It is late October. You are tired, but you're almost there. Just one more pass to cross. You push your oxen forward. You look up at the peaks. And then it happens. A single flake of snow lands on your cheek. It feels cold and wet. Then another. Then another. Within hours, the sky turns a bruised purple. The snow doesn't fall. It is driven horizontally by a wind that sounds like a woman screaming. You try to push the wagons, but the wheels sink to the axles. You try to walk, but the snow is 5 feet deep. You realize with a sinking horror in your gut, the gate has slammed shut. You are trapped. Days turn to weeks. The snow is now 20 feet deep. It buries the cabins completely. You are living in a dark, damp hole under the snow. Therefore, the food runs out. This is where the true horror begins. It's not the cold that hurts the most. It's the biology of your own body turning against you. When you stop eating, your body panics. First, it burns through your glycogen reserves. That takes about 24 hours. But then it starts hunting. Your body enters a state called autophagy, which literally means self-eating. Your body begins to consume its own fat. You feel a constant, gnawing cramp in your stomach, like a wet towel being wrung out tight. Your blood sugar drops, making your vision blurry and your temper short. You look at your children, and they yell. You look at your children, and they look like ghosts. Their eyes are sunken, retreating into their skulls. Their skin becomes paper-thin and translucent. You are desperate. You start eating anything. You kill the oxen, but they are just skin and bone. You boil the hides, the raw, hairy skin of the cows. It smells like wet dog and glue. You chew on it for hours, your jaw aching, your gums bleeding, just trying to get a single drop of gelatin into your stomach. When the hides are gone, you eat the shoelaces. You eat the leather from the saddles. You try to catch mice, but even the mice have frozen to death. Then comes the paradoxical undressing. As your body temperature drops below 90 degrees, your brain malfunctions. The muscles that constrict your blood vessels to keep you warm suddenly fail. Therefore, a rush of hot blood floods your skin. You feel incredibly burning hot. You start tearing off your clothes, thinking you are burning alive, while in reality, you are freezing to death. You watch your friends do this. You watch them strip naked in the freezing cabin, smiling deliriously, before they lie down and never wake up. People are dying. First the single men, then the fathers. The ground is frozen solid like iron. You cannot dig graves. So you drag the bodies outside and stack them in the snow. The snow acts as a perfect freezer. The bodies don't rot. They just wait. Now, you face the ultimate choice. It is Christmas Day. You haven't eaten real food in weeks. Your digestive system has shut down. Your body is now consuming your heart muscle. You know that if you don't eat protein within 48 hours, you will die. And if you die, your children die. But the only protein available has a name. It has a face. It was your friend. The hunger overrides the morality. It overrides the religion. It overrides the humanity. You go outside. The wind is howling, masking the sound of your knife. You don't carve meat like a butcher. You do it like a thief. You try not to look at the face. You tell yourself it's just meat. It's just survival. You bring it inside. You boil it. The smell is distinct. Survivors later described it as sickeningly sweet, unlike beef or pork. It fills the small, airless cabin. Therefore, when you put that meat in your mouth, you expect to vomit. You expect your body to reject it, but it doesn't. Your starving cells scream in relief. The meat tastes metallic, like copper wire and old coins. It tastes like guilt. You feed it to your children. You tell them it's bear meat. You tell them it's deer. They know you are lying. You see it in their eyes. They know, but they eat it anyway, because the will to live is stronger than the horror of the act. Once the line is crossed, it disappears. The taboo is broken. You stop seeing your dead friends as people. You start seeing them as resources. To keep track of the food supply, you have to label the bodies. Imagine writing that in your diary. Friday, consumed Mrs. Murphy. The psychological wall that separates you from the animals has collapsed. Some people in the camp lose their minds completely. They start hoarding the human meat. They start looking at the living with hungry eyes. You, Patrick Breen, try to hold on to your sanity. You read the Bible every night by the light of the fire. You pray. But how do you pray when your stomach is full of your neighbor? You feel a profound loneliness, a spiritual isolation that is colder than the snow outside. You realize that even if you survive this, you will never really leave these mountains. Part of you will stay in this cabin forever, chewing on the unthinkable. February arrives. The rescue parties finally break through the snow. They find you. You are a skeleton wrapped in rags, surrounded by scattered bones. They look at you with a mixture of pity and disgust. They don't see the father who kept his children alive. They see a ghoul. They see a monster. You survive. You make it to California. You keep your promise. Your children grow up. They become teachers, lawyers, and parents. The Breen family survived because you made the impossible choice. But the world never lets you forget. Men whisper when you walk into a room. That's on the Donner Party. They say, that's the man who ate the dead. So, why does it suck to be in the Donner Party? It's not because you died. It's because you lived. It sucks because you had to murder your own soul to keep your body breathing. You learned the darkest secret of human nature, that civilization is just a thin mask, and when the snow gets deep enough and the hunger gets loud enough, the mask falls off. And underneath, we are all just hungry animals waiting to eat.